Ce n'était pas un tapis rouge, c'était un royaume. Et sur ce royaume, 5 déesses africaines sont descendues. Pas pour être regardées, mais pour être vénérées. 1. Mercy Ek, la légende vivante, Mercy Ek est entrée. Silence total, respect instinctif. Sa robe, une explosion de lumière, plus précieuse que des diamants. Elle ne marchait pas, elle planait. C'était une apparition, une reine du peuple, une étoile née en Afrique. 2. Nana Akua Ado, la métamorphose. Ce n'est plus une robe, c'est une sculpture céleste. Nana Akua a fait du tissu un miracle visuel. Elle a volé sans aile. Reine du style panafricain, elle n'est pas là pour plaire, mais pour dominer. Un choc visuel, une élévation. 3. Moray Faith, l'émeraude royale. Telle une prêtresse des temps anciens, Moray Faith est apparue en vert impérial, la couleur de la royauté ancestrale. Son regard dit « Je suis ce que l'Afrique a de plus précieux ». Elle ne suit pas la tendance, elle est la tendance. 4. Lycorose, la fleur d'acier. Elle a brisé toutes les règles avec une robe mi-futuriste, mi-sculpturale, mi-ange, mi-vengeance. Lycorose était une œuvre d'art vivante. Les fleurs métalliques sur ses hanches, des armes féminines. Une déclaration. Elle ne demande pas sa place. Elle la redéfinit. 5. Doyen David, l'arbre de vie. Elle n'a pas porté une robe. Elle a porté la terre, la nature, la racine. Doyen David a réécrit la mode avec une création sculptée comme un arbre sacré. Chaque racine sur sa robe crie « Je suis né d'Afrique et je suis éternel ». La grâce, la force, la renaissance. Doyen ne marche pas, elle s'enracine. L'Afrique ne suit pas la mode. Elle la crée, elle l'incarne, elle la transcende. Ces femmes ne sont pas juste belles, elles sont le futur. Et ce futur, il est africain. Ces femmes ont redéfini la mode africaine sur le tapis rouge des AMVCA 2025. Laquelle de ces tenues vous a le plus marqué? Dites-le nous en commentaire et n'oubliez pas de vous abonner pour plus de contenu exclusif sur la mode et les célébrités africaines.
After watching the 2025 Met Gala and watching the AMVCA Africa Choice Awards, like Africa Movie Choice Award or something like that in Nigeria, I just have one request for the Met Gala. One, please, in 2026, tell your guests to wear Nigerian designs if you want to see fashion. If you want to see fashion, you want to see fashion that is beyond amazing, like it's beyond your imagination, like you just want to imagine what was going through the designer's mind to come up with this piece. Please tell your guests to wear Nigerian designs in the next Met Gala. You're going to see, you're going to be blown away. When it comes to Nigerians and fashion, I don't know how these people think. And the funny thing is, some of these designers, when I was checking them out, like on their Instagram, they have like 14,000 followers, they're like 10,000. Some of them, like, they are not even that active on like Instagram, but their work, this thing I have been seeing on the Met Gala and the BET Awards, oh, custom Dior, what is that? Oh, custom Dolce & Gabbana, custom Tom Ford. No, Gucci, no. Let people wear Nigerian designs. Then you're going to be blown away, because those things you're used to, Dior, I don't know, Gucci, and those things, I mean, some of them are nice, but are they unique? Are they mind-boggling and blowing and you want to be like, are they like that? They've been around for years. It's the name that sells. But with Nigerians, it's the work that sells. Those awards, if I ever get nominations or be invited to an award show, Lagos, Nigeria. That is where I want my dress to come from, because Nigerians, when it comes to fashion, they don't play. If I was to choose to come back again, I would love to come back half Nigerian, half Kenyan.
So is this like an African Met Gala? Or is African fashion just Met Gala worthy? These are some looks from the Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards held in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm fully strapped in. Let's go through it. I am already so done. This is Doyen David and M. Amadi Couture. The movement of these roots that I think are real. The way the foliage is blended in with the beadwork and the jewelry is also mossy. I am deceased. Celestial. Mercy Ike and Amy Agomi. That's incredible movement, and those arching shoulder pieces are divine. literally. Africa magic indeed. Mercy Aigbe and Vicky James. This is so theatrical. I know that the moon cutout might seem a little crafty, but this is all fully beaded. That's insane. Tomi Towns and Yemi Shoyemi. This is so striking. Beautiful volume on the skirt. The styling with the hair and jewelry is perfection. I want this photo on my wall, I think. We have Jemima Osunde and Ambaosa. It's graphic, it's sleek, it's voluminous, beautifully done. No, because this is drag. Nelly Mbonu and designs by Lizzie. This cape, the beading, the nude illusion. I am gagged. Oyebade Adebimpe in Zach Stying Luxury. I hope I said that okay. I love this dramatic effect of the petals opening. That side profile is just gorgeous. Okay, hear me out. I think this is over-designed. Lika Rose in Prudential Atelier. Even if that sculpted part just went over her shoulder without crossing her neck would make such a huge difference. The foil hem also feels unnecessary, but I like the mesh and the flowers. Girl. Uche Montana in Somo eating down. Turquoise studs are so symmetrically placed. It's such a flattering shape and I love the colors. Uche Jumbo and Okoro Dotsi. Now I fully recognize that this embellishment may have significance that is not for me, but it's covering up so much of her. I can barely see that beautiful mug. No. I can't do it. Nana Aqua Ado in Metal Bender Studio. Look at how the scales form these spaced out rosettes. This piece of kinetic sculpture is so ethereal. It's very Iris Van Herpen. It's incredible. Oh, Olivia Chioma Okoro and Erica Moore. The sculpted petal hip is beautiful. I love the color and the contrast with all that beading. The belly button gemstone is killing me. It's so glam. Absolutely wild that this feels simple by comparison. This is Kiki Festus in Mide. Beautiful material and a chic silhouette. The grassy embroidery outlines her shape so delicately. I love. Osas Igudaro in Vicky James. Stunning. Love the colors, love the pattern. This mane is made of copper wire, but the absolute drama of this. Ria Abdul in First Lady NG. Love the shape of the bust line and sleeves. That is so different. The skirt is spectacular. It's kind of 3 dresses in one, but it's all white and silver, so I don't really mind. Uzoamaka Powers. Dark and sumptuous. I love those lifted shoulders. Inadima Okoji in Somo. This like structured portrait collar is so insane, and I love the ruffles at the skirt. This has to stop. Ora Ikeji in Erica Moore. Sculpted so naturally like she's underwater. She surely had to change to sit down. I'm obsessed. Elsa Who. The closest thing we get to this kind of extravagance is like drag race step down looks. This is Faith Mori in Exta Queen design. It's so much, but it's so regal. The poise and composure she carries it with makes me believe it. This wasn't even all the women's looks, and I'm gonna have to do the men's in a separate video. A magnificent display of some of the incredible couture in this fashion capital. Let me know which of these is your favorite. I'm literally buzzing. Okay, bye.
While I was covering the Africa Magic Viewers Choice Awards, there was one gown that really just stood the test of time for me, and I could not get over it. I want to talk about it. I got this comment. I agree 100%, but let's get into it. The gown that I could not get over was Toyin Luwani's million pin dress. And you heard me right. This is a million gold safety pins. When I saw this gown, I immediately said there is something so unique about this, so I had to do my research. And sure enough, the safety pins, I cannot get over. It took a little over 5 days to make, but this gown will just completely be incomparable to any other gown you see on a red carpet. The headpiece alone has so many beautiful gold rosettes and safety pins. I mean, look at this. This is truly a work of art. The sleeves were made with fringe for elegance and movement. The dramatic shoulder pieces, just all of this was just so over the top, and to think it was all done with just something so simple that we all have in our drawer. If you go on to Toyin's Instagram page, she actually has a behind the scenes, like the making of the million pin dress, which is really interesting. I think you should go check it out. This is her Instagram page, and I am going to put her handle here because you can't see it. It got cut off, but I will be sure to put it here so you guys can go check it out. But while I have you here, I want to showcase a little bit more of her work. These are her avant-garde pieces. Look at this. Look at this. Another work of art. I look at her fashion and I think, what is her inspo behind all of these looks? All of her work is just so stunning, so beautiful, so creative, and I feel like it doesn't even compare to anything I've ever seen. You can tell they're made with elegance, they're made with grace, and they're made with passion. I love the idea of wearable art couture, which I feel like she demonstrates perfectly. Her pieces just feel so unconventional, you know, using things that you wouldn't normally use for fashion. And if you didn't know, she is labeled as the king of fashion in Nigeria because no other designer comes close to what she can create. Her artistic expression is seriously unmatched. And one thing she did share, because she actually reached out on Instagram, so we actually got to kind of exchange some words, but she did say that the inspiration behind this gown was her love for trendsetting, her love for sustainable fashion, and just showing people that you can really use things that you would necessarily not think of to create these gorgeous gowns. And when Queen Mercy stepped out of the million pin dress, she got into her after party look, which was also by Toyin. Okay, but the glam, seriously, it's amazing. I just wanted to end this video by thanking Toyin for sharing her thoughts with me, for sharing her photos, and allowing me to put this on my TikTok page. I felt like this was such an incredible event. I fell in love with the fashion. I fell in love with all of the designs, and I really wanted to highlight it. I'm so glad you guys liked it as well. So please go and check her out.
1 million safety pins are attached to this dress. Clearly we need another video on the AMVCA's looks in Lagos, Nigeria. This is crazy. Project Runway, RuPaul's Drag Race could never. Mercy Atang wore this dress by Tiana's Empire covered in safety pins. There are literally a dozen people around this dress just attaching safety pins to it in rows. The effect is stunning. Silhouette is beautiful. To me, it reminds me of Jean-Paul Gaultier. That long fringe really completes the fantasy for me. This is bananas. But actually, this is bananas. Papaya X wore X to Queen designs, and the opinions I've seen are very split. Banana split. Of course, it reminds me of Nymphia Wynn's finale look, which was a riff on Muglier's Birth of Venus silhouette. I think the banana bunched cups are really fun. What I don't really like is that the skirt is supposed to be individual long bananas. That gives me the ick. I don't know why. I know it seems kind of pared back compared to what we've seen, but what a stunning silhouette. The fit is unmatched. Where is her waist? I absolutely love all this bugle beading and the color paneling throughout. It's so beautiful. Victoria Uva went all out on this backdrop. She's wearing Emma Madi Couture, and I think the dress is super interesting. I love mixed metals. The number of crystals and beads being used on these dresses is astronomical. Ebony Patrick wore Caro Couture, and I really love the effect of this hat. The dress itself is very clean but extravagant. I really like the beaded sculpting happening behind her hips. Wani Danbaki wore a very interesting dress by Imogene by Bukola. I'm fascinated by the materials in play. It's so textural and shiny, but I don't think the top and bottom of this dress work together. I'd love to see a full dress of each of these concepts, particularly the bottom, because that is so interesting, but they just feel kind of disjointed. Literally thought this was on her head. Ojo Tomi wore Zainab Safir. These girls love a fit and flare hem, and I love it for them. Again, I'm just blown away by the skill of this beadwork. I'm not surprised. It's just so meticulous and beautiful. Sophie Alakija wore Jack fashion. These colors are everything together. It reminds me of that Somo dress that Uche Montana wore in the first video. The fit is outrageous. The beadwork is exceptional. I love this big starburst detail. Very fire and ice. Dabota Lawson wore this Concordia Atelier gown, and it doesn't know what to do with itself. This draped tiered skirt, beautiful. The sheer paneling around the hip, very sexy. This half exposed bodice could be really interesting, but the contrast against the skirt and this huge flourish of organza wrapping around and over it is just a lot. Adeola Adayemi's Style by Layo gown has this beautiful butterfly wing motif to it. I love the colors and the effect of the butterfly pattern with the beadwork. I don't love the butterflies kind of plastered onto the skirt of the dress, but it's all very beautiful. This is Etta Jomaria wearing Corée de la Wall. We all know that really bright, vibrant colors look incredible on melanated skin, but this chocolate brown on her is also so rich. I really love the perpendicular paneling on this skirt. It's so modern. Wow. So Toni Towns, who wore this incredible black gown, later changed into this pink one by Juliette Peters. I'm obsessed with this woman. The shape of the dress with this really demi-pagne at the hips and the strips of ribbon standing up on their side, absolutely incredible and beautifully styled again. Just to clarify, my earlier comparison to the Met Gala is really just to give a frame of reference to those of us in the West for whom the Met Gala is the pinnacle fashion event of the year. Not to say that African or Nigerian fashion should strive to be at the Met Gala's level. It's obviously its own thing, but we in the West are clearly so amazed and enamored by this level of creativity. The artistry is so impressive, and it's really fun to talk about. Let me know who had your favorite look. Okay, bye.
Nigerians and fashion. I am Sean R, and I'll be showcasing you my favorite looks from the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. Nigerians will always give fashion, honey, to the T. Every time I see a Nigerian red carpet, I know I'm not going to be disappointed. And at this point, I now understand why they make fun of South African red carpets, because I think we have a lot to do. We have a lot to improve on, because Nigerian designers is the fact that they do couture, everything to the T. If it's beading throughout the dress, they're gonna do it male Nigerians have fashion, you know, because I know here in South Africa, most of the time, if someone is out looking good, it's when they're wearing a suit. And in Nigeria, they do things to their clothing. They do something, somewhere. I love that. And the ladies are divas. They will always go to red carpet as if they're fighting for their lives. Nigerian women are very, very diva. As if they're fighting for money. Mashankuna. Nairas! Anyways, can we make fashion inclusive? Can we not put gender to fashion? I think it's always so cute when you see someone who's not supposed to be wearing a skirt, and they're nailing it. I'm not surprised though. Nigerians, anything they put their mind in, it excels. Whether medicine, electronics, religion. You know this. Oh damn. A definition of arr. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.